Hello. We're continuing reading today a Jigsaw Jones mystery, The Case of the Bicycle Bandit. We're in chapter 3 and it's called Witnesses. What time is it? I asked. Ralphie glanced at his bare wrist, half past my freckle, he said gloomily. I couldn't help but smile and Ralphie couldn't help but say funny things. With him it was like breathing, and Ralphie even made jokes when nobody felt like laughing. Let's see if there were any witnesses, Mila suggested. She gestured towards the grassy lawn beyond the bike racks. There was a lady walking a small dog with a shaggy white fur. That is, the dog had shaggy white fur. The lady's hair was shaggy and black. There was a freckle-faced teenager with red hair leaning against a tree, and I caught him looking in our direction. He quickly turned away to watch some girls playing frisbee. Behind us, a man on a bench sat reading a newspaper. A round hat sat beside him, just like an old friend. I turned to Ralphie. You better leave the detective work to us, I said. Do you want to borrow my bike to get home? Ralphie shook his head. No, I'll walk. I might as well get used to it. Ralphie's eyes suddenly widened. Hey, there's David Chang. He's on my brother Justin's basketball team. Maybe I can walk home with him. Ralphie went up to David, who was leaving the library. I watched Ralphie gesture and point to the bike rack. He was telling David the whole sad story. I walked over. Ralphie introduced us. Jigsaw is a detective, Ralphie bragged. He'll get my bike back. David looked about 14 years old. He had a helmet in one hand and a skateboard in another. David shifted uncomfortably under the weight of his backpack. I asked him if he had noticed anyone strange inside the library, and he said, Nah, I just dropped off a few books and scrammed. It's too nice to hang inside, he said. I watched them walk away, and actually only Ralphie walked. David cruised alongside him on a skateboard. He stopped and handed Ralphie his backpack and got on a skateboard. What a guy, I thought. David made Ralphie carry his heavy backpack. Across the field, Mila was standing with the lady and her dog. Mila bent down and tried to pet the dog, but this was one of them kind of nervous dogs. It yapped at Mila and snapped its sharp little teeth, and Mila pulled her hand away and growled back. The man on the bench was nice enough. He said he'd been reading and hadn't even seen anything, he laughed. Once I start reading, there could be an earthquake. And I wouldn't even notice, the man said. I thanked him anyway, and he wrote his name in my journal just in case. Max Kornstein was his name. When I turned around, Mila was talking to a frisbee players. They seemed to be shaking their heads, and the red-haired boy stood up to leave on his skateboard. Wait up, I called. I need to talk to you. The boy glanced over his shoulder, and he put a hand to his ear and shook his head, like he couldn't hear me. Then he pushed hard with his right foot. Zoom. He left me in the dust. Go figure. Wow. That's the end of chapter 3. Hey, keep working hard, and remember, listen to your parents. Last thing I want to tell you, remember to keep on reading. It won't hurt you. Bye-bye.